Teachers, we want to start by saying that we hear you. We have spent time in conversations with you and observing you in the virtual classrooms. We have strived to really listen to what you have been saying to us and to understand where you are during this unprecedented time.
We understand that you're feeling tired and uninspired. You want to connect with students. At the same time, you have so much you want to teach them. What used to be easy in the classroom, making connections and teaching content, is now difficult. You are clear about your goals, which haven't changed with the onset of COVID, but you are confused about what your learners want and need. You're struggling because you don't feel that your lessons are hitting home and your learners connecting with you and with their and our Judaism. You know your why, but the why of the students is suddenly unclear to you. This is what we have heard you saying, and we are here today to tell you that we understand and want to offer some insights that may help you once again feel grounded and focused in the holy and important work that you do.
The key to reaching our students is by listening to them. We must try to understand what they are telling us before we can hope to create an engaging, comfortable space for them to grasp what we are teaching them. Stephen Covey addresses this issue in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Covey is an American author and educator. His book has been a bestseller for over 25 years, and although all of the habits he recommends are useful, one habit in particular rings true to the spirit of what we as educators at this school want to provide in our learning spaces. Habit 5, Covey defines, as seek to understand, then seek to be understood.
You've shared your strong desire to grow as effective teachers, and we are here to support you and to provide the space for you to work on these skills.
We are about to enter a new phase of online learning. And as we are all too aware, we spent the first semester adjusting and learning the technology, which we have seen you become so much more comfortable with. Now it is time to pause and take a breath and give our students the time and space to talk with us and to share their stories, their fears, their hopes and dreams for this new approach to learning that looks so different than anything we could have imagined. You have the tools you need in order to teach online. We are suggesting that it is time now to put the content aside and take inventory of what our learners need to connect with what we have to share with them, to listen to their stories, to hear their thoughts, to understand where they are. In doing so, we can inspire them to listen to us and really learn what we hope to teach them.
Penina Shram, a great modern Jewish day storyteller, shares this from the Book of Kings 1, in which God asks Solomon what he wishes for. Solomon responds not by asking God for long life or for riches or for the destruction of his enemies. Rather, Penina cites Solomon asks for Lev Shomea, a listening heart, for he understands that it is through listening and gaining a deep understanding of experience of others that we can acquire true wisdom. And only then can we make informed and compassionate choices of how to act in our world.
This we can bring to our classrooms. We can provide our students with a Lev Shomea, a listening heart.
As Rabbi Adina Allen said, to truly listen demands that we develop the capacity to hear the words that aren't being said, or that are being said in a way that we are not used to hearing. It is something that, as Buber said, we do with our full selves, through the quality of our attention and the willingness of our spirit.
So how do we do that? Here's what Covey suggests. In order to build interpersonal relationships, we need to listen with the intent to understand. Most people listen with the intent to reply. By doing the latter, the person listening is preparing their reply while the speaker is sharing their thoughts. You may think you are listening, but in fact you are not. We all want to be heard and understood. So why is it so difficult to do that for others? We need to adjust to this method and be intentional with how we hear. We need to listen with the desire to understand what is being shared with us. Only then can we respond with the understanding of what the person is not only thinking, but also to learn so much more than the words that are being spoken.
In our short time with students, we should give them time to share what their experiences have been during this difficult time. In order for them to tell us their stories, they need to trust that we are really listening. We need to know how to have a listening heart so we can then use the knowledge we gain from listening to create a learning environment that is safe for them to grow. We must listen to the message of the stories that the learners are telling us and to understand the importance to them. By actively listening, we are following the Jewish values that guide us in all the work that we do. We can get a clear picture of what our why is when we really listen to our learners, thus making our goals clearer and more attainable.
You all have such big hearts. That is why you are part of this educational team. We invite you to join us as we provide a lev shomeach for our students, as well as with each other. Hang on.